83. 2024's two worst wars are designed without your merciful, lawful political intervention to kill or ruin up to tens of millions for decades ahead, and very likely rocket even sooner to all life-ending nuclear holocaust and nuclear winter. Let's discuss the most presently tragic but exponentially less dangerous to all life war first. Sudan's decades-old civil war. Just this year's battle between the Christian government Sudanese armed forces and Muslim rebels' rapid support forces has killed 15,000 and driven over 12 million from their homes. Both armies massively, purposely savage enemy area civilians. For every year of the 2100s, China, Russia, Serbia, Yemen, Iraq, Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Malaysia, Libya, and Chad all pour in weapons enough to ensure an endless war that neither antagonist will win or lose until everyone is starved, killed, or has fled Sudan. Now more than 25 million need, but mostly will not get humanitarian assistance, including food and water that most could die without. The Ukraine-Russia war has, in mere weeks, escalated to an American weaponized invasion of Russia, with clear, present, and high danger of goading humiliated, desperate Alexander Putin into raining hundreds of giant nuclear bombs on Ukraine's army and cities. American government idiots have fully forgotten their 2-year-old rule never to militarize Ukrainian total rout of Putin's army out of Ukraine and Crimea because of the overwhelmingly likely result. Vladimir's 100 times promised total nuclear destruction of Ukraine, then NATO-Moscow invasion, then 100% Russia-America silo sub and bomber emptying end of the world. Just today, Joe Biden is favorably evaluating President Zelensky's world-publicized demand for American weapons to be exploded deep into Russia. Invasion attack to destroy Putin's counterattack, offensive, and defensive ability. Never mind that 100 million Russians, including close to 100% of their military and political leaders, have never stopped screaming, "Our conventional defeat will be reversed with Ukraine's 200 nuclear bomb destruction. Glorious Russian victory!" Only you have not forgotten NATO's certain tank, missile, and bomber invasion to follow, Putin's flight underground, and handy destruction of America's Moscow blitzkrieg with every hydrogen bomb in both superpowers' doomsday arsenals. No other attack war outcome could keep Putin alive. Every conqueror's final survival purpose. The Biden government's surrender to Zelensky's American missile deep Russia attack will be quickly approved because corrupt final enthronement of our weapons merchant rule over their civilian and military pawns, not leaders, will accept nothing less. Only you have a single fast choice left. Only you can save the world and your family. Or you certainly may instead just sit down, shut up, and do nothing. Leave the driving, as always, to your executioners. Close your living room blinds to the nuclear flash to enjoy seconds more complacent peace before the rising roar forces your look at the fireball and mushroom cloud. Then wrap your arms around your family for a last 30 seconds of love and despair. I urgently advise you to demand today and every day that the American president, Congress, and courts withdraw all weaponry and permission to defeat insane Putin's military with our even crazier attack into eastern Ukraine and western Russia. Provide Zelensky with only massive defenses against Russian frontline advances, and also to shoot down his endless aerial assaults on Ukraine's civilians and life support infrastructure. Tell Zelensky that while America would love to liberate East Ukraine and Crimea, sadly this totally temporary victory would land at least 10 double Hiroshima bombs on Volodymyr's own thick but smashable skull. So he'll have to live with stalemate ceasefire and liberated recovery of 80% of Ukraine. Their last 20% in Crimea, already gone for up to 10 years, could only be restored after years of total world embargo of Russia. Never American military doomsday. Only you, never voluntary restraint of the world weapons business, could also stop humanity's other 48 wars, including the worst: Israel-Palestine, Saudi Arabia-Yemen, Ethiopia, Tigray, and Sudan's and Syria's civil wars. Millions of American citizens must demand that their executive, Congress, and courts enforce our own laws forbidding American weapon foreign delivery and use whenever their giant explosive range and massive export quantities ensure in Yemen and the world's densest urban population, Gaza, the deliberate slaughter of up to hundreds of thousands of non-combatant victims. Only you're forcing the total cessation of American bomb slaughter of Palestinian school children, hospital patients, and those civilians huddled in apartments and tents would make 100 times more likely a peace agreement freeing the hostages, including Americans, in return for Hamas also reducing assault weaponization below Jewish civilian attack ability. American influence in support of Israel's security utterly fails until Palestinian self-rule in a demilitarized Mideast is achieved. Peace remains impossible without huge disarmament progress throughout a region of independent democracies. Why? Because militarization always brings tyranny, war, and presently the rapid end of the world. Only disarmament would achieve lawful democracy, peace, and humanity's million more years of love, care, and joy. Saudi Arabia's decade of savaging Yemen's civilians and farms has also been close to entirely American bomber and bomb savaging of innocents. Only you can make Uncle Sam obey our congressional laws against both sending our monstrous military stuff to slaughter foreign non-combatants and refusing entirely too late but better than nothing recovery aid or ensuring that our proxy warriors do. Or would you rather keep buying our leaders' whopper that this illegal genocide is really only the proxy warriors' tips of our spears' sacred right to defend themselves? The most egregious and further enabling accomplishments of offensive war genocide, besides the government corrupting private weapons business, are its public defenders' thousands of bald-faced lies, Hitler's big lies. Prosecutor Kamala Harris never defined first-degree murder as self-defense. Yet now she and Biden call 40 to 90,000 Palestinian civilians' murder with American bombs Israel's legitimate right of self-defense. Has not her objective changed to crushing the truth and the law with profit, power, and hateful whole society murder? Only you can change her weak, troubled, uninformed, wrongly motivated mind. Vis-a-vis Israel, Donald Trump is even more corrupted and infected, although his planned surrender of captured Ukraine to occupier Vladimir Putin might well avert the doomsday that 100% of Democrats hammer. Because this crisis could end the world before any Republican White House takeover, you must act immediately. End American military attack into Russia. Stopping the world's other 47 wars will take you some years longer. Must you keep reviewing my 83 treaty law speeches? Hell no! Law you gotta slam worldwide ain't complicated. 99.99999% of weapons are sold, delivered to, and exploded in foreign countries for the same few stinking reasons. 1. For the money, honey. 2. To kill vast numbers of civilian non-combatants for every willing soldier. 3. To help your favored pals kick ass and win wars. 4. Hatred of evil religions, races, and flags inferior to yours. We gotta kill, whip, or enslave them. And 5, to murder market to a world of criminal militias and drug cartels, the kill power to win every competition, to cross the world, to come addict your own nation's godforsaken addicts. Even children you don't give a rat's ass about, with illegal, fatal drug imports. While we all refuse to peacefully and kindly use our business and government resources to stop murdering and start rescuing humanity, including our own families. Pound thy swords into plowshares? Hell no! Screw you, God, and my own children too. My last National Public Radio Insomnia Report. Israel's so-called defense forces just missile-murdered 5 more Arab Gaza aid workers driving medical supplies to a hospital. The occupier's spokesman explained, "Bad guys hijacked the shipment, so we took them out." He carefully avoided clarifying that actually 5 good guys who fully informed the IDF Air Force in advance of their truck's marked identity, contents, and progress towards the correct destination were nevertheless deliberately blown to bits. Now up to 280 aid workers identically assassinated by the IDF, whose own perspective needs to be understood. towel heads claiming to be good guys of mercy were obviously coerced by their bad dude Hamas pals to make those bandages, medicine, food, and water available to our wounded and starving enemies, only scrounging for enough recovery and strength to come kill ever more of us, and that's a capital crime every time. All truck logos of aid organization liars and devils are in our helicopter gun sights. Fire! Don't condemn men only made murderous by hate propaganda and push-button kill power to the moon. Just make world law that bans and ends all absolute kill power that corrupts absolutely. Everyone's world is ending very, very fast unless you outlaw and destroy all of that civilian genocide, not military defense power, even faster. Steve, we've heard your 30 hours of fancy schmancy treaty law tenets. Didn't Thoreau tell you to simplify? Okay. Knowing good people is to love them. You and I have also learned why weapons are made, sold, and exported. Each hateful, greedy, evil reason we hate. Their every action we know how to stop. And with enough guts, character, love, effort, numbers, and law, we will. Words to actions to lawsuits to treaty spread to disarmament, peace, and survival, all won by we family lovers and protectors. Among our hundreds of new laws is Treaty Tenet number 1. Ban all cross-border delivery of weapons not proven by our treaty courts to be extremely rare, totally defensive, life-saving exceptions to the 10,000-year-old rule. Every weapon initially available for field army battle is sooner and later redirected to slaughter entire nations of civilian, innocent, non-combatant women and children for the pure profit, power, and pleasure of World Murder Incorporated. Military liars' story of self-defense from arms races is the 100% opposite of the truth. Only progressive, multilateral disarmament defends anybody, indeed everybody. Whereas every great arsenal was used to kill 1 billion, pending us other 8 billion. You must begin and grow your campaign against world weaponized genocide unto doomsday today and every tomorrow, long before final treaty adoption and realization. My attempt to push our peace law and swords into survival plowshares is gasping to an 83rd speech halt. Now you must teach me and all of us with your explosion of love, passion, expertise, and action how we can help all of us save our world and families. It will be so wonderful if we do, but we'll all soon become sick, sad, suffering, and doomed if we don't. Our active, lawful love and help is needed today and every day to end corruption, hate, and war. Then and thus we will win humanity's happy survival, peace, and our every child's long, lovely life.